Imagine waking up to news of a volcano that hasn't erupted in millennia suddenly spewing ash clouds that travel thousands of miles, blanketing skies in distant cities and throwing travel plans into chaos. That's the dramatic reality unfolding as Ethiopia's Hayli Gubbi volcano sends a plume of ash all the way to Delhi, India, impacting flight operations across the nation. But here's where it gets controversial. Is this just a natural phenomenon, or a stark reminder of how interconnected our world is, and potentially, how vulnerable our skies remain to unseen threats? Let's break it down step by step. The Hayli Gubbi volcano, which had been dormant for several thousand years, burst into activity early Sunday morning. It launched a towering column of ash high into the atmosphere, creating a plume that journeyed across the Red Sea, through Oman and Yemen, before reaching the Indian capital. This isn't just a visual spectacle, it's a real disruption. In India, numerous international and domestic flights have been scrapped, postponed, or redirected due to the ash. The country's aviation authority has urgently advised airlines to steer clear of the affected zones altogether. Now, you might wonder about the extent of the problem. Experts are still piecing together the details, but they assure us that the ash is unlikely to worsen Delhi's already very poor air quality, based on official readings from Tuesday. To help beginners grasp this, volcanic ash consists of microscopic, gritty particles ejected during an eruption. These tiny fragments can be incredibly abrasive, potentially clogging and damaging airplane engines, or even contaminating runways and diminishing visibility for pilots. It's a serious hazard that aviation authorities take very seriously, much like how sandpaper wears down metal over time, except in this case, it's happening at high altitudes and speeds. The ash cloud is hovering between roughly 8.5 kilometers, about 5.2 miles, and 15 kilometers above sea level, according to Mrityunjay Mohapatra, the Director General of India's Meteorological Department, IMD. He explained to the BBC that this could temporarily interfere with satellite operations and flight paths, but it's not expected to influence broader weather patterns or overall air quality. Interestingly, the plume reached northern India overnight and is now drifting toward China. And this is the part most people miss. While the immediate effects are on aviation, volcanic ash can sometimes have subtle, longer-term impacts on global weather or even climate, though that's not the case here. Predicting how long this ash will linger is tricky, as noted by the private weather agency SkyMet Weather. However, the IMD estimates that Delhi's skies should start clearing by Tuesday evening. To put this into perspective, think of it like a massive dust storm, except this one is airborne and guided by winds across continents. It's a reminder of nature's unpredictability, and for those new to this, eruptions like this highlight why meteorologists rely on advanced tracking tools to monitor such events. Drawing from history, recall the 2010 eruption of Iceland's Eyjafjallajökull volcano, which blanketed Europe in ash and caused widespread flight cancellations. It was one of the most severe disruptions to air travel since World War II. 15 years later, the question lingers, could a similar event shut down skies again, especially with our growing reliance on air transport? For more on that, check out this BBC article, https://www.bbc.co.uk/weather/articles/ce822xek60no. On the ground in India, the fallout is tangible. Air India has cancelled 11 of its flights, while airlines like Indigo, Akasa Air, and even KLM have reported disruptions. Indigo shared on X that they're closely monitoring the situation in collaboration with global aviation organizations. Meanwhile, Mumbai Airport is urging passengers to verify their flight statuses before heading out, to avoid unnecessary hassles. India's Directorate General of Civil Aviation, DGCA, has issued a comprehensive advisory to all flight operators. Pilots are instructed to report any potential ash encounters right away, such as unusual engine behavior, smoke in the cabin, or strange odors. Carriers must also conduct thorough inspections on aircraft flying near the affected areas and halt or postpone operations to impacted airports if the situation worsens. There's a structured way aviation experts assess volcanic ash risks. They categorize contamination into low, medium, and high levels, with guidelines on safe flight durations in each to prevent major engine damage. In this eruption, though, the contamination level remains uncertain, raising eyebrows among skeptics who wonder if aviation protocols are overly cautious or if we're underestimating these natural hazards. G.P. Sharma, president of meteorology and climate change at SkyMet Weather, shed light on why measuring contamination from volcanic eruptions requires significant advanced preparation, like deploying sensors ahead of time. This unexpected eruption gave us no such opportunity, so we're in the dark about the exact levels. For beginners, this underscores the challenges of real-time science. Sometimes, nature moves faster than our tools can keep up. Volcanic ash clouds like this are uncommon, but when they do occur, they can throw the world into disarray, as seen with the 2010 Icelandic event that grounded flights across continents. It's a fascinating yet sobering example of how a distant geological event can ripple through global supply chains, economies, and daily lives. What do you think? Should we invest more in advanced ash detection tech to mitigate such disruptions, or is this just an inevitable part of living on an active planet? Do you agree that volcanic ash poses risks beyond just aviation, perhaps hinting at broader climate vulnerabilities? Share your opinions in the comments. We'd love to hear differing views. Stay connected for more updates. Follow BBC News India on Instagram, https://www.instagram.com/bbcnewsindia, YouTube, https://www.youtube.com/@bbcnewsindia/featured, Twitter, https://x.com/bbcindia, and Facebook, https://www.facebook.com/bbcindia.